Hello, FBC Salinas. Pastor John coming to you with an edition of the midweek refresher video where I desire to do two things. Number one, provide you information, and number two, provide you inspiration in the middle of your week. Certainly hope your week is going well, and if not, may this video serve as a source of encouragement as well as a reminder that our God is with us no matter what is going on in our lives. So right to the informational portion. First thing is this. Is that on April 30th, it is our annual meeting. It will happen immediately after the worship service. We'll look forward to voting on the budget. You'll also hear about some updates on the church plant down in King City, as well as how we can be praying for the Palestinian Jews. And we have a very cool thing that I'm not going to tell you about, but it's coming up next year, which we need to start talking about now, which is very exciting. And then on April 29th, the day prior to the annual meeting, on April 29th, we have our Loving Pajaro event, which is an event that involves not only our church, but about 6 other churches going to the Pajaro area to help the people there in very practical ways, as far as helping with rehab of some of their houses, as far as talking with people, praying with people, being with people. It is our church alongside, I said a few moments ago, 6 other churches. We're meeting here at 7:30 in the morning and then heading up to Pajaro. We'll be there from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. It involves, we need skilled laborers, unskilled laborers. We need people who want to simply interact with the Pajaro residents. We desperately need your help, and we look forward to blitzing this community with the love of Jesus Christ and seeing how he's going to use our efforts there. So that's April 29th, which is a week from this Saturday. And you'll get more information as it draws closer, all right? So that's it pretty much for the announcements. Oh, before I forget, also, we're doing a special little Mother's Day deal. We are inviting you to include pictures of you with your mom. That would be great if you could get them to Isabel at fbcsalinas.com. If you could get those pictures to her, email those pictures to her by Sunday, May 7th, that would be great, so we can put together a little slideshow for moms on May 14th, which is Mother's Day. All right, so there you have it. That's it for the informational portion of this. I'm going to invite over somebody very quickly to give us a little information about some things. His name is Dave Brown. Dave, don't get so close to me. All right, so there are. You got a new haircut.
I did yesterday.
It looks really good.
Thank you.
I like it a lot. So, hey, Dave's been interviewed before, but one of the things we're going to do differently this time is talk about the mission organization that our church supports that he and his lovely wife, Tracy, lead, which is called Logicus. Correct? Did I say that correct?
You did. Logicus Ministries.
Logicus Ministries. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about that, not just about Dave's hair. So here's the deal, Dave. In a nutshell, what led you to found this ministry?
You know, honestly, it was the disappointment over everybody's inability to defend what they believed, and that means politically, worldview, and Christian. I really just got tired of people polarizing and unable to express in words why they were feeling and what they were believing about the world. But that translated for me over to ministry, because I have been teaching apologetics, which is defense of the faith, and evangelism and Bible and that type of thing. And I just decided I wanted to do it full time. I liked it so much I wanted to do it full time.
Good. And it's obvious to me, as well as others who've been recipients of your ministry. It's obvious that it's a deep passion for you.
It is.
Where did that start?
Yeah, probably, since I became a believer, I just understood the need to really go deep into your faith and not just have it be a surface level thing, but have it be something that indwells you and just takes over your whole life. Mm-hmm. And I found a love for studying, and I found a love for teaching early on in my Christianity, which I'm meaning from 15, 16 years old on. Mm-hmm. And I just kept doing it. I kept teaching and studying, and that's how I engage my faith. I like to study, and I like to think really deeply about the aspects of my faith. So,
yeah, and that thinking is really what Logicus does a nice job with helping. In the events that I've attended, it has always been helpful for me to to continue dwelling and continue understanding there is, pardon the way I go here, there is logical reasoning for why I believe what I believe.
Absolutely.
And as a Christ follower,
Right.
I think sometimes we forget the logic that's involved.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. There are reasons for what we believe. It isn't blind faith. It's based on reason and a trust in what God has said and what God has shown us in this world.
Right. And you've been helping in the student ministry here
Yeah.
for this last
Right.
year, and it's been a blast having you and Tracy and the other.
It's fun.
We have great volunteers.
We do.
You
We
know,
have
they
an
do an
unbelievable
unbelievable
crew of
team of
volunteers.
folks.
Yeah.
And one of the things you're going to be talking about a couple of weeks with the students is evidences for the existence of God.
Right.
Give
Right.
us a little sneak peek into that.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I can, on a whim, do it.
Yeah, on a whim.
You know, here's where it really starts for me, and I think we as believers really need to be able to explain this to non-believers. Now, here's a good for instance. Everything we see around us, meaning from molecules to planets to everything, is moving. So we have to figure out, how did it start moving? And the only way it can start moving is if something powerful enough to move it can start it. But see, that thing can't need something to move it. It has to be what we call an unmoved mover that starts everything. And we can extrapolate out from there to what is that mover like. For instance, we'd say if the mover created space, then it can't need space in order to exist. If it created matter, it can't be made of matter because there's no matter for it to be made of to create yet. Do you see what I'm getting at?
I do.
So we can use just our reasoning. This is largely based on Romans chapter 1 that talks about the attributes of God and the nature of God being visible in our world just with our minds. We can get to God with just our minds. And if we can help people learn to reason and think through these things and maybe eliminate some of the distractions of modern life, we can help people to find their way to a reasonable belief that at least a God exists of some kind.
And that's crucial, right? It's a God, because then correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a belief that there's an a God, but then there's a faith. There's that faith step. I would call it a step, not a leap, but a step of faith that says, you know what? He's revealed himself in Scripture.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
So
So I mean, if we can reason ourselves to the fact that a God exists, which I think is easy, and I'm going to be trying to help the high school students do that, then the next step is which God. You know, and for Christians and for us, we believe that that's revealed to us through Scripture and through the life of Christ, which is in the Bible. So, for instance, when I go through the process of teaching, I'll start with the concept of the existence of a God, but then I'll immediately have to go to the Bible and say, here's the Bible, and is the Bible a reliable document? Yes. Is it a good gauge of what is true about the universe? And that's the reality. Once we get to a God, we can get to the God, Yahweh, manifest in Jesus Christ, by reading the Bible, understanding it, examining it.
Exactly. Yeah. So, real quick, because we're going to sort of start wrapping it up, right? Now, real quickly, I'm going to talk to you. I don't know if you picked up on the passion this man has. So, in a matter of minutes here, and he didn't know the questions I was going to ask, but I knew how to push the passion button, you know? So, it was like, I knew what I could do, and that's what we're talking about. And that's the beauty of your ministry with Logicus.
Thank you.
It is, and it's evident. And so I want to encourage people, Dave, to, when they have opportunity, I mean, you teach classes here at the church, you're involved in a variety of things. You also have some online stuff
I do.
that you teach. If you have the time, and frankly, it's such a neat experience, and that's a bad word to use, isn't it? Neat. It's not like I appreciate you liking it, but it's a very excellent way of getting, I would call it not just handles, but tools for how to process one's faith.
Yeah.
Is that a safe statement?
Yeah, it is. In fact, can I plug real quick?
Please do plug.
I'm going to be doing an online prophecy course.
Okay.
And that's ready to go. And I'm going to be doing signups very soon. And I'm very close to being done with an online Theology 101 course, which will be about 10 weeks, entirely on Zoom, entirely free, although I highly recommend you buy the manual so that I can eat dinner. No, but the manual is really good to have because it gives you a note-taking place. Pictures, extended stuff you can study on your own. And I'm going to be doing that soon too. So I'll
Good.
soon be advertising that, looking for anybody who wants to take that class. Is willing
Good
to
stuff.
take it.
Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be great. You have any questions for me?
Why are you so darn cool?
You know, it just came
Just
up.
kidding.
Okay, that sort of went a way that we didn't expect going, did it,
Yeah,
Dave?
I
I was
apologize.
feeling really
apologize.
good about myself, and
I
then
really
you
want to
just sort of
apologize to
just
all
sort
of
of
you.
unplugged it right there. Pew, pulled the plug on that
I'm
bad
sorry,
boy.
I'm
It's
sorry.
just the power is gone.
Yeah,
The oxygen
blew
is
it.
now out of the room.
I blew it.
You're not too upset about it, though,
No,
are you?
nah.
I didn't think so. Because we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
We're going to be just fine.
It's
So
gonna
that's
be
all there
fine.
is to it. So, all right. Well, hey, look into Logicus Ministries. Do you have a website? What's the
I
website?
did. Logicusministries.org. Logicus is LOGICAS.
.org.
Logicusministries.org.
.org. It's well worth your time. Resources there. And dude, I so look forward to learning from you and hearing more and more about how God continues using Logicus for His glory, and not only for His glory, but also to equip people to be better prepared for the opportunities they have
Yeah.
to represent Jesus.
We
in
have
this
to.
world.
We have to start getting prepared
Right. Yeah.
to tell people. So,
Yeah, exactly. No doubt about it. So, all right, that's it from Dave and I. So, I hope you have a great rest of the week. If not, know this, we're here to pray for you. If you have prayer concerns, please email us at prayer@fbcsalinas.com. I love you. I'm thankful for you. So thankful for Dave, even though he just insulted me. We'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye-bye. We'll see you.